This is one of these businesses that you don't want to think about, but they serve a very valuable purpose. Disinfection, sanitation, decontamination. It's a fact of life. Sometimes something tragic happens in a home or a building of some kind. Somebody dies, and their body decomposes, or there are other things that happen, and somebody has to come in and clean them up. There's no point in knocking down a perfectly good building just because somebody died there. And that's what Bio One St. Charles, that's one of the things that they do. Megan, good morning and welcome to KTRS.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. How did you folks get involved in this line of work?
Oh, well, myself and my partner are actually previous law enforcement. We both worked in municipalities in St. Louis County. I was an officer for almost 7 years, and Amanda was an officer for almost 6. And we heard about this franchise and how we can help people, and it sounded really interesting. And we just went to a discovery day and listened to the founder talk about it and just fell in love with the whole concept.
Is there a training period that one has to go through to do this? Or,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Once you buy into the franchise, there's multiple ones across the United States, and they're actually going worldwide. They put you through all the training that you need to be able to do the job properly. And it was in Denver, Colorado. That's where the founder lives, and that's where he's from. So, I mean, it was very good training.
Is this a word of mouth business in the sense that somebody dies, let's just use that as an example, and their body is there for an extended period of time, and the authorities finally come into it, and the people who own the property, this is not the kind of business that you just look up in the yellow pages. Do you
Right.
get most of your referrals come from law enforcement and who tell people, hey, you might want to think about getting in touch with these people?
Yes, you're exactly right. Most of our referrals do come from law enforcement. We go out and we sponsor different events for law enforcement. We're constantly going out and speaking to officers, letting them know that we're here to help, and just putting the word out. But yes, you're exactly right. Law enforcement, they're on the first line. They're there with the family when the family's sitting there and they're like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this mess? Mm-hmm. And then that's when officers come in and say, actually there are companies out there that do this, and I happen to know of one.
Yeah.
And that's where we get a lot of our business. That, and we also have a website, so people can Google blood cleanup, and we pop up.
Interesting. Do you handle, what other things other than bodies do you handle? I'm sure there's human beings, but probably animals as well. But what else?
Oh,
do
yeah.
you do?
I mean, we do all kinds of things. So we do suicide and homicide cleanups.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, the decomposition undiscovered death cleanups. We also do odor removal. We do mold remediation, sewage backups. We also do hoarding and clutter. So we actually have a job today. It's a hoarding job, and it's going to take about 2 days. And so we're actually going to be going to that soon. So if you see the show Hoarders, that's basically what we do. We go in and we clean out the house and make it safe and sanitary for the hoarder or the family to live in. So, I mean, we do all kinds of things.
It would seem to me that the hoarding would be, perhaps, besides the biological aspect of it, that the hoarding would be even more dangerous because from what I've seen, and it's been snippets of the show you referenced, that there's an awful lot of times when there's so much stuff shoved in a house that it could topple over and hurt somebody badly.
Exactly. It's not a safe situation, and there are a lot of biohazards in a hoarding situation. So that's why I feel like we outbeat some of our competitors that aren't biohazard companies as well. They literally just go in and just pull out the junk. We're actually trained, and we deal with biohazards, and we know how to deal with them. So a lot of times when you're dealing with a hoarder and they have been hoarding for years, you don't know what's underneath all that. And a lot of times there's mold, and just in our circumstance today with the hoarding job we have today, there's black mold all over the apartment because it's just been neglected for so many years. So it's hazardous to their health. So that's how we differ from just junk removal companies.
So you have to come in literally with moon suits on to remove a lot of this, especially when it comes to the black mold situation, right? Because that stuff's bad.
That's true. I mean, our safety is number one. So even with being in law enforcement, you always got to put your safety first, obviously. So we're always suited up and in our gear and ready to go.
Okay, so you get a dumpster and you're dumping stuff we'll use a hoarding house as an example. But then you get down to the brass tacks of the mold remediation. What sort of products do you use to get rid of mold and smells and things? Is this stuff that you can buy off the counter, or are these specialty products?
No.
No. Okay.
No, we have proprietary chemicals that we get through our company, and they're amazing. And it's amazing what kind of odors can be removed. We also have an ozone machine, which we run that, and it pretty much puts out O1. There's already O2 in the air, and it pretty much sucks out all the air in the room. Or it can actually, with one ozone machine, can actually take care of a 4,000 square foot house. So any really bad odors that are left in the house after running that for just a few hours, it's amazing how the house smells after that's been running.
Is this a burgeoning business not only for your company but others in the metropolitan area?
There's a few other companies that we compete with, but I think we're definitely the leading company in the area, and I know for a fact that BioOne is the world's first and only actually crime scene cleaning franchise, and we're definitely the leader in biorecovery worldwide for sure.
And price. I hate to bring money into this, but how do you price a project anyway?
It's not easy. I mean, we give free estimates, so I mean, we can never give a price over the phone because you just never know exactly what you're dealing with until you get there. But a lot of times, your homeowner's insurance covers most of these jobs. So if someone commits suicide in your house, people don't realize your homeowner insurance covers that, and all you have to pay is your deductible. So a lot of times, money isn't even coming out of our clients' pockets. Hoarding jobs, they do have to pay for it out of pocket, unfortunately, but a lot of the blood cleanups, that's your insurance covers that.
If people want to get in touch with BioOne, how do they do that?
Well, we have two websites. We have www.bio1stc.com. We also have a hoarding website, stchoarding.com. Our phone number is 636-279-9570. And you can also email us at info@bio1stc.com.
Megan, thanks so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Megan Bacardi, one of the co-owners of BioOne St. Charles. Forecast for today, the rain